Hello. Hello. Maybe I did that wrong. Hello. Greetings. How are we doing today? Welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are having a good day. Welcome to the stream. It's gonna be a great one today. I'm feeling it. Already having a lot of fun. I already like this track. It's fun. Have two fan requests today. Kolikolov wanted to hear psychedelic reggae alternative. Guy Bassist wanted to hear punk, pop punk, alternative punk. So I busted out. I got a couple things going on today. I've got the brought back the Get Good Drums drum plugin. Right here, it's you load it up in Contact. There's the plugin. I made a little kit, made a little sound for the dub bass sound. I opened up Massive X. And then I realized that there are a whole bunch of new presets that Native Instruments just uploaded. I haven't checked those out yet, so we're gonna have to do that at some point. That'll be fun. Also, I downloaded. They had a new expansion pack called Anima Ascent, I think it is. Anyway, it's a new expansion pack. Whenever those come out, there's like a whole folder of awesome sounds. Not going to get into those today, though. Today we're going to do this reggae alternative punk thing. I might be able to... I said when I pulled these two cards, these two papers out of the bowl, that I didn't think I could mash them up. But there's a chance I can mash them up. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But what I want to do first is I do want to start. I think I am going to start with the punk part. I think I am going to start with the pop punk bit because I think that it is. I think it's going to be more. I think it'll be easier to do, or easier, smarter. I don't know, to do the punk thing, and then try and come back to the thing you were just hearing. So we'll see. We'll see if that's right. So I pulled out a Les Paul today, and we'll jump straight into that. I chose 150 BPM as my starting point. Today I'm also, because I feel like it's important to get the right vibe. I'm not using the fractal today. I'm using the orange combo amp in the other room, mic'd up. This one, I'm going to use both a SM57 on it, and, oh God, what was the other mic that's on the thing? I've got two different mics for two different sounds, and I'm forgetting what the other one was. So, here's our guitar sound, right? And I had these couple things that I had ideas, couple ideas of things to do. Let me see if I can remember. Actually, I've recorded them into my phone. I always record this stuff into my phone when I have an idea, just in case. So let me see if I have it here. There it is. Okay, very typical. I feel like, let's do this, actually. Let's do this. Let's come back to this for presentation. We're gonna really lead you through this thing. 1 second. All right, let's do bass first. But why? But why, Mike? Why would we do bass first? What am I on? 14. But why? But why? Wow, that's loud. So I'm going to start with that sound. This is going to be pretty funny. Bear with me for 1 sec. Let's just get this in there. Okay. And I think the verse should probably go. Maybe it's a little too grimy. Maybe it's a little too much. Hang on. Maybe that's a little more the vibe. Maybe that's it. It's also that other one was too quiet. So, these were our two parts. That was one. I feel like that's still too, now that's too clean. Let's get the part right. Let's get it right. It's the first thing going on the song. Maybe that one. Let's try that one. did them fast. And then we're just gonna lay this thing out so fast. You guys are gonna be like, needed to be a little louder with that. We're gonna get going here. Our other part. So these are that's the 3 parts. This is not, the things you see at the top are not going to be the structure. It's going to be that, and then this, and then this, and this. Okay. Gonna color code them. Orange is gonna be our verse. Yellow is gonna be the pre-chorus. Blue is gonna be the chorus. I'll move these markers here just so you can see it. Anything else here? Check this. Okay. I want to put a compressor on this bass already because it's a little. And then we'll move it. Or then we'll move on. Okay. R bass on this guy. I feel like it sounds pretty good. Okay. Okay. This is the intro. I'm gonna mute these basses for now. Okay, great. So, how many counts till we go? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna move everything back 1. This is going to be our start, intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, and verse 2. Okay. And we're done with bass. It's that fast. Your call, drums or guitar next? Normally we would say guitar next, but what do we think? Drums? Drums next. Okay. I'm thinking that it's good to go. Why did I do that? I'm going to do drums next. I'm thinking we could go fast, but it might be cooler to do. We could go that fast. I'm thinking it's probably better to go. That fast. Yeah. I think that's better. Okay. So that's the pattern. One second, fix that up. something happened with our quantized settings. Let's find out what it is. We're at 50% on 1/8. On 8th notes, let's go to 16th notes, and let's do 85%. Since it's fast, we want it to be more quantized, but since it's live sounding, we don't want it to be all the way quantized. I'm just going to focus on this first go-round of it, right here. Okay? I feel like this has to have crashes. Go. Is that better? Maybe it's the other way around. Oh, oops, I always do that. I'm not even going to quantize this. I like how they sound. So that's a chorus. And then watch this. We're going to go. There. We're going to go down for the verse. Make these hi-hats twice as often. You've seen me do this move before. Grab those and then take the volume and just pull it down. And now, since I can really hear these, I am going to quantize those. I'm going to turn these snares down a little bit in terms of velocity too. Okay, that's our verse pattern. Similar to the other one, but not the same. Let's get this pre-chorus bit here. Okay. One more time. here's all of our parts together. Our drums. I'm going to mute the bass in the verse for now. All right. Go into our guitar. All right. So, already have a song. I'm going to play. It's going to be messy. This is going to be messy, but it's going to be fun. I do need to click on. One more time. It's already a song. Just did a lot of intro. 1 second. It's this low E. Actually, why don't I just do it now because this is too long. How do I do it? How do I delete that? I thought I did it the right way. Hold on. I think you just grab this thing here. Weird. There it is. Command Shift. Deletes the piece. All right, try again. My bad. Fuck. Let's do it again. Am I actually recording? Okay, good. Messy, kind of fun. I'm gonna leave it messy, especially because of the style, but also for the sake of getting this thing where it needs to be as fast as possible. We're gonna double this guitar. So now, the guitar I just played will be in one ear, and the guitar I'm going to play will be in the other. So left side and right side. Oh, that was right side and left side. Shit, I just did that wrong. Okay, so left side, right side. So switch that. The guitar I just played is going to be in your right ear. And the new guitar will be in the left. Okay. up one spot in the chorus. That's okay. I'll just grab the second one. I think it was the third one. Okay, so now we've got that. We're going to do octave guitars over top of the chorus. Why do octave guitars on the chorus? Adds a little melody, thickens it up, some new dimension. I'm actually doing the new guitars on, let's see, how am I going to do this? I'm going to do these. I'm going to do them on the same amp, different guitar, and different mic. So. Hi. People are already suggesting things like, "Hey Mike, let me tell you how to make this song." No. No. They're suggesting things I do not want to hear. The trick will be when do we go to the reggae? I think we'll do 2 of these and then we'll go to it. So this is where some melody has to come in. I don't know what it's going to be, but I suspect it'll be a minor third. Let's find out. Like that. Let's just go with this, the most straightforward thing. Oh, one thing I do want to do. Okay, I want those. I want one of those to happen before this. I did it on the other tracks, but I want it to a really clean one to come in over top. Now I'm gonna put just this one in, but I just lost my guitar pick. For guitar players at home, with these octaves and stuff like this, over the years we've done a lot of like octave stuff on songs. I switch off between positioning with octaves with pinky and middle, and muting with my index. Sometimes that's a good position to be in. Other times it's index and ring finger on the octaves, and your other fingers kind of mute the rest of the strings. The reason for the other fingering is when you get up here at like a 13. Listen what for the non-guitar players. Listen what happens if I just mute these strings here. Watch it. If I mute them here, okay. But if you go on harmonics, you start to get. Let me put one here. Right? You get most of the strings pretty muted, but you do that up at an octave and you actually get all that noise. So I started doing octaves with a finger down a little bit further to get a proper mute. Because if I do it the other way, other fingering, you hear all that noise versus it's a cleaner octave. So oh, actually, I should probably do a little thing at the end. One of those. And we'll do the other side. So there's your alt-rock punk song. It's already pretty much what it's supposed to be. Let's get one of these. That one's kind of cool together. I think these were the best ones. So I'll grab those and stick them here. And maybe the bass, okay, the bass was fine. I want the bass to be out there to give that some, in terms of writing, like one thing that, on a song that's supposed to be very dynamic, like, you know, the loud parts are very loud, the quiet parts are quiet. Let me put it this way, let me say it a different way. If your point is to make your chorus punch in with a ton of like volume and energy, then the thing before it should be quieter. Now that's tricky when you've got a, you know, alt rock song where the pre-chorus is loud. So what I look for is moments to mute stuff and remove stuff and not play stuff, so that when the chorus hits, it hits harder. You notice this a really like rudimentary version of that, like on a lot of songs from this era, like this, like 90s, late 90s, early 2000s rock type of thing. Just a lot of, you know, little gaps, like where you suck out the energy, you take out, mute your reverbs, mute your stuff, and then that chorus will punch in harder. But again, these types of songs, like I'm maybe just because I've done so many of them, they're not rocket science. Like it's generally pretty easy. Once you get your chords that you like and whatever. Here's another thing that we can try. Another thing that for songwriters out there, if you're working in, you know, maybe this applies to whatever, I don't know. Space in the not only in your EQ, which I look at this way, so lows like subs like 808s and things like that, and highs like hi-hats, and all the notes in between, all the sounds in between. And then this way you've got panning, so left and right. So right now what you were just hearing on the choruses is wide. What I did, the reason I did 4 guitars is you'll have 2 all the way left and 2 all the way right, as wide as it can be. So what I'll do is on the verses, if you look here, let me just show you. On the verses, I'll go less wide. So I'll take our guitars, and if you look at the panning, This one is panned all the way to the left. This one's panned all the way to the right. So in the verses, instead of it being 50 left, I don't know. Let's just pick an arbitrary number. Let's go 30. And 30 right. So that way, again, when our chorus happens, it'll be wider. Okay? So, and we'll actually take those and do the same thing to the intro. So everything up until the intro chorus hits is gonna be, the spectrum of left to right will be closer to the middle. And then whenever it goes big, it's gonna kick out to all the way left and all the way right. The other thing we're gonna do is that second thing that I was talking about, which was the spectrum, from the low lows to the high highs. I'm gonna take an EQ, I'm gonna put it on my guitar tracks. And actually, I've already got a preset for this. Come on, delete, boom. So on those guys, I'll show you this. So this is an EQ. You notice this shelf on this side? This is all the lows getting EQ'd out. These are the highs getting EQ'd out. So when you see it without those, which track are we on? We're on this top one. So let's, actually I'll just do this. Here. So this guitar has this on it, right? You can see all the little waveforms here. But what happens when I do this? Right? So I'm going to cut out some of the top. I'm going to cut out the bottom. And I'm going to actually, there's a gain setting down here. I'm going to turn it down. Okay? And then I'm going to just do that again for just the quiet parts. So just that master thinner is what I called it. Device is going to be on for here, but the second that the big part happens, this device is going to turn off. Boom. And we're going to do the same thing on the other guitar track. So, master thinner, device on. There it is. And then that's going to happen again. Where? In the chorus. And that should do a lot for our dynamics of our track. Let's listen from the top. Oh, oops. I have that other guitar turned off. Let's turn it back on. Maybe a little less of a finish. Okay, so 40 minutes. I mean, because honestly, then you just take this and you go like this and you do that again. And now you're already to the second chorus. And then you go to the bridge. And then you end your song with another chorus. Or if you're feeling really spicy, you can just go verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, chorus, and then you're done. The bridge is, good question. Good question. The bridge is the part that comes after this, usually, part that comes after the second chorus and leads you, bridges you to the final victory lap of the final chorus. In a pop song, standard traditional structure, you might have an intro, a verse, a chorus, second verse, second chorus, bridge, and final chorus. Here's what I want to do. I'm going to remove all of this because we're not making a pop song, nor are we making an alt pop song. We're just doing that thing that we just did. Actually, what I'll do too, just to be super organized about it, is I'll group it and I'll call this punk. And I'll put a, what do we want to put on it? I'll put a, the SSL compressor on it? Let's find out. It's going to get loud for a sec. Strangely, the little meter is not reading. It sounds like it's working though, but it just doesn't look like it's working. Let's do a different one because I don't like the fact that that's doing that. Let's put a different. These are just compressors. Compressor smashes the sound in a sense, but it does more than that. There's lots of different compressions and they contour the sound. Basically by taking the loud parts and compressing them down, like making them basically quieter. But as you can imagine, there's a lot of different versions of that, a lot of different ways to do that. And you'll see words like attack and release. So how quickly does it smash? How quickly does it let go once it does do that? I'll show you a compressor on my voice to give you a sense of that. So, actually let's not use this one. Let's use the I don't want to use that one either. That's actually what I probably would use. This, but I think the gray. So there's the Slate Digital makes 3 of these. I mean, Slate Digital makes a lot of these. I use these 3. Okay, so look at the little meter right there. Wait, is this not going to work? Oh boy. Is there something? Well, am I doing something wrong? Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Let me just put this on the whole track and you can see it there. Ah, did you see it go crazy just now? Oh wait, you're not looking at the fucking window. Dude. Okay, so here's the compressor. If I have the threshold down at 0, it's not on. If I turn the threshold up, that means it's going to start to compress. If I make it turn the ratio up, it will start to get really obvious. Hear that? So this is what an amateur rock demo sounds like. This is when somebody doesn't know how to use compressors and they put them on and they turn them so fucking high. They compress the hell out of the whole track. And that, my friends, sounds terrible. So let's use a lot less. Actually, there is a use for that. It's called parallel compression. So watch this. So let's do that again. Okay, so that's what that sounds like. But there's also this knob over here on the right called the mix knob. So here it is with that completely gone. But then you can turn it up. And then it's not so bad. And then it gets to be too much, and you bring it back. All right, so you can do that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the compression all the way up. I'm going to turn the threshold way down. I'm going to turn the ratio down. And then I'm going to slowly bring up the threshold until I like what it sounds like. I think that's it, about there. Let me turn this whole track down so I can talk over it. There we go. All right, so we've made a Offspring track. We've made a, I don't know, who else? It's not really a Pennywise track. It's much more K-Rock 1999. Green Day, old Green Day. All right, so I don't know if this is old Green Day. I don't know. It's a little, their stuff tended to be a little more melodic than this. No, not melodic, but just this is dark. This is very, you know, minor punk rock song. Okay. Let's do, okay. Let's do a halftime drum beat real quick. Actually, let me do it over this. I'm going to transition. I'm going to move away from that. Oh, what about that? Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Hey, you guys already know that I'm going there, right? So what part of the track are we in? Can I bring in my little loop at this point, or should I have brought it in here? Let's find out. Hold on. Okay, 29. So that's where the marker started. So I'm gonna go all the way to there. We're gonna go to our new scene. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this duplicate that. Let's see, I'm gonna duplicate this as well. I'm gonna get rid of these. And I'm gonna get rid of all of this. Actually, I'm just getting rid of all these. Yeah, we're getting there. We're gonna go. We're about to go. I like it. I like it. Let's see what happens if we do this, and if we do. Nah, not that yet. Not that. Just this. That's hats only. This one should be the other one, which is kick snare. guy should be intro. Why does it keep doing that? I don't want this. I want this to be unique. Be unique. Guys, be yourself. Check, volume check, it's gonna get loud. Okay, those guys need to be quiet, huh? And the drums down here need to be quieter. Oh, another little trick, a mixing trick. A lot of people just take their volume rides and they just swoop them down. Like what I need to do is I need to start getting away from this live drum sound and more into more of the beat-based sound. And the temptation would be to like start to fade the volume down like this to make it go quieter. But what actually works for your ear will actually start to, if you stair step it down, since sounds are jumping in and out on these downbeats, when the new sound jumps in and this one just dramatically drops down, your ear will go, oh, new sound, and it won't really notice that the old sound has jumped down in volume. It's kind of like when a dog sees a squirrel. We call this the squirrel technique. However, I do need a sound to jump in, so that kick and snare there is the thing that showed up. These ones at the bottom of the screen. All right, is there a kick happening on the... Yeah, there is. I don't want that to happen. Just the crash and the hi-hats. All right, cool. We're missing the downbeat, the kick downbeat, because sometimes when Ableton loops, Machine takes a moment to catch up with it. What I can do to rectify that while we're listening is just do this. I think. Let's find out. Yeah, cool. Let me see something here. this one was on too. That's part of the problem. I played that pretty late there. Let's get that earlier. It's nice, almost like a little more sublime. Not the word, but the band. Because of the I'll do that just to have it, just in case. Maybe there's a cooler part. Grab both of these and stick them on a single track and turn it into a stereo? Let's find out. It won't let me do it. All right. The other option is to put them both in a group and do it that way. All right. Ready to go from the top? Okay. tippy top. I love that it's just like, yeah, here's your thing, and now we're over it. Now we go to the dub thing. Oh, it's great. We gotta just fill this up. Make it fuller. Is that cool? remember I'm only doing like 85% quantization, so it's a little more, a little looser. Okay, is there a way to get back to the chorus, you think? You can't just do it, that's for sure. You can't just like, I wonder if the pre-chorus is the way, like the key. Okay, so if I do okay, maybe if I do this is going to be interesting. Check this out. This is going to be it's a risky move, but it might pay off. We'll see if that works. It could be terrible. We'll find out. Oh, inputs 13. Fix that so I'm not playing over something crazy. Fucker. Boom. Do you like it? Do you like that? Doing that thing? All right. I think that's. I don't think we need anything else. We have everything that is necessary for this part. I will play you the whole thing. That's the bass. Here's the guitar. Here? Okay, and the last piece of drum stuff that we need is a kick. Let's turn on if we turn on this little headphone icon right here, this little blue one, and you can hear what notes you're placing. There happens to be, that's the kick. There happens to be a crash catch. What happened with the, oh, it's this crash. the end. That's all it takes, guys. That's all you have to do. Just do that and you're going to be fine. Can you just do that, please? Actually, can you not do that? Please don't do this. Just don't do it. Oh, so sloppy. It's great. No, we're not going out like that. I have to turn this down. Let's try again. That's what it was. Okay. Oh. I needed one of those and I missed it. I tried to do it at an octave and I fucked it up. All right, you guys, that was fun. That was an easy little alt rock reggae jammy jam. I don't know how psychedelic we got with the reggae part, but we did. So there, that's it. It's 11:26. Again from the top? You want to hear it again? I did a little start and stop, didn't we? Let's learn a mixing thing. I mean, I'm trying to do some mixes of some of these jams when I'm not on the stream anyway. So it's gonna get loud. Brace yourselves. It's weird doing two of the same hang on a second. I don't like the idea that I did this compressor on the punk, like the music track, and then I also used the same compressor on the main track. That bothers me. I don't like it. I don't like doing that. I'm gonna use this UAD plugin on this, even though it's gonna give me crazy latency. We're gonna just deal with it. Just deal with it, you guys. I'm gonna do that. I tried to do that SSL one a little while ago, but it didn't work. This is made by a different company. Oh, it doesn't seem to be totally freaking us out. Let's find out. Very snappy. Too snappy. All right, I'm just gonna use a little of it. That's good. Master compressor on the whole damn track. Looking pretty good. Using this limiter. You know, a guy told me this week, the guy who like receives masters at Warner Records, he told me to try the Waves one. So I was using this limiter here. He likes that one. He also suggested the, those are all UAD, Waves plugins, L3. So he recommended this specific L3LL multi limiter. So let's just try one of their like factory ones. Hot and crunchy. Want to do hot and crunchy? Whoa, I can already tell that threshold's way too loud. So that versus this. This is quieter. So that's one. And here's the other one. I know they sound similar to you guys probably, but I could tweak with this and get that. I like the punchiness of this L3 for this particular track. It's like kind of clicky and attacky. From the top. Enjoy. How did he feel? Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We did the second stage at the Arizona Alternative Rock Festival circa 2003. Bowling shirts. Arnett shades. What if I just answered questions with this shit on? If I just did this. Yeah? All right. Turning it off. Shit is very loud, isn't it? It is pumping. Those hi-hats are very bright. Oh, I can fix that, can't I? I can come in here and one of these is the culprit. Found it. So it's the S overhead SDC. This hi-hat into the overhead SDC. Watch this. Oh, a lot less happening, huh? And I can also go in and like actually cut off the... Oh, that's the turbo, my bad. Low pass. All right, so we'll do some questions and then we'll get out of here. Why do you talk into the mic? You are so sassy. You guys are getting more demanding. Have you been going over to YouTube? Twitch chatters are getting demanding. Demanding and sassy. All right. There, I'm gonna turn those down. Keep my volume up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining in. We have some questions. Shen, the genius, says, in 2007, Jay-Z performed with you guys at Madison Square Garden post-collision course. Did Jay want to perform there, or did you guys ask him? I think we asked him. Yeah, I think so. I can't imagine he would have come to us and say, hey, I want to come play at your show. Dima99FW says, how did you start making music when you were young? What instruments and programs did you use? I started with classical piano for about 10 years. And after that, I went to basically sequencing and like samplers. But back then, keep in mind, back then people didn't have the technology that they have today. So it was different. So I couldn't make stuff on a laptop. I was literally making stuff with like a cassette tape recorder and like really shitty samplers and stuff like that. I had an S9, specifically I had a Akai S900, which I loved. I was programming it using a drum machine called the HR16 by Alesis. And you'd have to literally, there was a little box, and it was supposed to be a drum machine with its own drum sounds, but you could turn the volume off on that and have, instead of it playing its own sounds, you could have it play trigger sounds off the other thing. So I'd have that, trigger my sampler, run the sampler into the cassette 4-track, and then rap over the beats. And I'm just using a $100 microphone and just microphone straight into the 4-track. Nothing else. Sounded like shit. Oh, it got better for me. This shit was too bright. But anyway, Iberian musician asks, in concerts, how can you hold your guitars and bass? If you sweat, how do you hold the guitars and bass and not like let it slip, basically? That's what guitar straps are for. And it actually kind of helps, I feel like. I think sweatiness is like lubricates the guitar or something. Clara Oswald 1211 asks, what are my favorite TV shows of all time? Ooh, TV show. I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't. When I was a kid, I don't know. What am I watching right now? Still working my way through The Last Dance on ESPN. I did watch Tiger King, which was actually Tiger King bummed me out. It was like I felt too bad for all those people. They're so like such a mess. You know. I mean, that's not to put anything on them. It's just they were like dealt rough cards, you know what I'm saying? And like because of that, it all like snowballs, and so they were all like doing weird things that like made their lives more difficult, and then like just like one after the other, you're just sitting there going like the guy that like directed this and edited it, put it all together. It's like he really told the story well, but it sure highlighted what a mess that situation was. Going back, actually, I will say one thing. I used to love Sopranos, 6 Feet Under. Those are two awesome shows. Katoda asks wants to know about the making of promises I can't keep. Making of it? I don't know. I think just like there isn't anything. Maybe I didn't talk about it because there isn't anything like really unique about that one in terms of like it wasn't different making that one than making the other ones. Like the post-traumatic record, everything was just capturing what was going on at the time when each song was made and trying to get through, like make the whole song as quickly as possible. At least get all the lyrics and the vocal recording so that I could really capture that day and that moment in time. So same with that one. I think the lyrics are very self-explanatory. The music was a track that I already had that I didn't use. And I was like just picking through folders of things. I really like this one. So, and it filled a role. I feel like it filled a role on the album because I wanted something on there that felt a little more like a Linkin Park song, like my version of what that would be, if that makes sense. Like it dipped its toes in the water of like a Linkin Park song. So I thought that was important to have on the record. I don't understand. I'm gonna have to delete this question because I don't understand it. Daniel PSOAD09 says QWERTY is one of my favorite Linkin Park songs. We know it was written on a plane to Japan. We don't know much more. It was written, the lyrics were written on the plane, but the music was not. So we did the music beforehand, and then and then Chester and I wrote, like, we were already started on the lyrics before we flew, and then we were like running back and forth in the plane. We were running back and forth to each other. We weren't far, like we were in like a few seats from each other, and we would like come over. Okay, like, what do you think about it? I think I was writing it down on paper and being like, what do you think about this? Because I think he was writing it. I usually write lyrics on my phone, but he would write oftentimes like write on paper. Like, he was slow typing, so paper was faster, and so he was writing it on paper, I think, and it was back and forth. I feel like we posted the actual piece of paper. Didn't we post that online? I think we did. Yeah, and then we played it at like a Japanese festival. And then we changed parts of it and released it on like something else later. It obviously wasn't on an album. It was just, I think it was an LPU exclusive. Fan club, LPU fan club exclusive. So let's get into let's actually do these additions to the bowl, since we didn't do that earlier, and then we'll wrap it up for the day. The bowl of destiny. We've got a lot of stuff in here, and we're adding a lot of stuff. Here's what I got. Here's people who redeemed things. Peppa Park redeemed a music style theme. Neo-melodic Neapolitan is the recommendation. Neo-melodic Neapolitan. I had to look that up. She gave me some references. That's good. M2654 Murillo wants me to have Rob Borden choose a track, so I will have to ask Rob what style. That's a good. Actually, I'm gonna put this out here next to my phone because I actually haven't hit up Rob recently, so I'm gonna hit him up. Carrie Leah. I don't know. Caligula. Wants an art theme. Draw myself, Joe, and Dave as Animal Crossing villagers. That's a good one. It's a good one. All right, Amoeba Amanda also wanted an art one. Try something in pointillism. Oh, that's cool. And we have two more. Katie Don't wants something in the style of Billie Eilish and Phineas. A little tough. They have a style, though. That'll be interesting. LF Koski 240, who told me his name is actually Elvis. He wants me to shout out his daughter, Summer. What's up, Summer? And he wants me to draw. I better write art on here. He wants me to draw a hybrid theory soldier. Like a not redraw the original, but like draw a new one. So those are in the bowl of destiny, and more to come. More styles, more suggestions. Here's what I'm thinking. We need to sort out what to do about all the styles in the bowl. Now, obviously, one thing that we need to do is one thing that I can do is just go nuts and like just hit a ton of them. Oh, who's Murray? I didn't write yours down. Wait, hold on. You're right. I'll add yours tomorrow. I see you. Who's Murray? I see you. I know that we talked. Some of them I didn't write down all the things, and we're still in conversation stuff. But I'll go back and check the whispers and get yours. Okay. So we need to figure out what to do about this to catch up on so many of these, because there's too many, and I could mash up 3. I could start mashing up more. But I don't know if that's a good idea. Oh, one of the suggestions was to put the art ones in a separate bowl. I like that. Okay, so let's do that. So the art ones are gonna get separated out. So we'll do art ones. That way I won't be on a mashup thing for music and then get an art one. But what are we gonna do about the art? I mean, here's my thought. What is your reaction to this idea? What if I put a new point redemption in the store? Maybe I put in 1 or 2, or maybe I put in a few things. And I remove the style suggestions for a little bit, just until I catch up. I can bring them back later, but like keep the art ones, because I could do multiple ones of those, no problem. But the style ones, like I can't. I mean, it's gonna take me a month to get through all these ones. You know what I'm saying? Let me do, because I know you guys have been saving up bucks, saving up points for that. But I need to do something else so that I actually get, because the people that already redeemed these, I'd feel bad if they don't. It's inevitable that maybe some of these I don't get to them, because there's just, if you look at this, there's fucking 50 of them here. Right? Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. You guys seem to be okay with that. It's not my favorite solution, but I think it's a pretty elegant solution to the situation that's going on here. Oh, here we go, art theme. I think that was all the art themes. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna do separate out the art theme ones and put all these music ones back in the bowl. I'm gonna choose for Monday. Let's see how many things I can mash up. Either mash them up together. You guys got to give me creative license to either mash them up together or yeah, I got to decide if I'm going to do like this, where I kind of like go one and then the other, or if I just completely if I mash them all into one thing, or if I do, multiple. Okay, so let's pick. The first from the bowl. And I will, those of you who have already redeemed music ones, I will get those today. I will write them down. We will put them in next time. And then we're going to shut it down. I'm going to actually shut it down today. And then maybe if I think of another thing to put points for. What, I mean, like, throw some stuff out in the chat. What I could put points out for. Okay, Fee, Oh, the Tree, Nirvana Grunge. We're ready for that. We'll get Nirvana. We can do that one in 30 minutes. 30 minutes. JFAR 920, Tools of the Trade style. That's going to be interesting. Let's do another one. Whoa. Oh no. Thanatos, style of Giorgio Moroder. So this is the one that's like Blade Runner, and the score for like Blade Runner and Clockwork Orange and stuff like that. Okay, I feel like this one goes with this one. Is 3 good, or should we push our luck? Push my luck? Could be bad. I get to say mercy though. I get to say if I can't mash this next one up with those, I get to call it and put it down. Yes! What do you mean no? Push it to the limit, they say. Can I do a poll? Hold on, let me see if I could do a poll. A quick poll in the chat. Let's see if I can do that. I know that it's an option on my screen. I just don't know if I am smart enough to do it. All right, so I'm gonna go, let's see. Here's a poll. Let's see if I can create a new poll. Question. Do I get to call mercy on a theme redemption? So the question is, so this is only when it comes to mashups. For the next minute this poll is going on, please vote. Oh, it won't let me do it. Come on. You mother. Come on. It won't let me do it. All right, it won't let me do it on that, using that little app. How do I do it? I broke the chat. Who broke the chat? I didn't break the chat. I know I want to do a straw poll. Is it? Hold on. Is this right? Damn. I'll have to figure this out later. Oh, you're talking too much. I'm not good with these. I know a slash poll, but do I just write the things? Oh, I know how to do it. Hang on. I remember how to do this. I wrote it down. I wrote down a note about this to myself, to future Mike. Past Mike gave future Mike some help. And because I don't want to, it's like you have to like, okay, here we go. I got you. Oh, and there's how to block somebody. I made myself a note on how to block somebody as well. Look at that. Oh, it's the up, it's the slash. All right. So, yeah, if you vote yes, then you're voting yes, I get to put a thing. When I'm doing a mashup, when I'm picking them, I get to put one back, and that stops the mashup selection. Keep in mind, if you say yes, that means I can keep drawing. I'm just gonna keep drawing. If you say no, that means I'm gonna be like a little timid about pulling another one out of the hat. So, oh, you son of a bitch. Oh. Yes. No. Okay, did we do it? Did the poll show up? Did it show up? All right. It didn't show up? Well, now everybody's going yes, no, yes, no. Do you have to put exclamation point yes? I'll try it one more time. Oh, that's why this is, I think this is a, oh, that's why. This is a Streamlabs poll. It's a straw, yeah, yeah. What is it, straw poll? Straw man poll? All right, fuck this. I gotta do this later when there's not 1,000 people in the chat trying to talk at me. Here's the deal. It's my fucking channel. I'm gonna decide. So if I see this one and I don't like it, I'm gonna put it back. That's what we're gonna do. Here we go. That doesn't work. You can't mash that up with that. Can't do it. I'm gonna grab one more. And if this works, we're gonna mash it up with those. What were these? Trade. Okay. That's risky. I'm gonna try it. Okay. Pepper Park. Neo-melodic Neapolitan. We are doing. I'm not cheating. This is hard. If you don't think this is a challenge, you're crazy. Nirvana grunge mixed with tools of the trade style, which means found object noises. Okay. Mixed with Giorgio Moroder, mixed with neo-melodic Neapolitan. Right? We're stretching right now. Challenging. It's a vibe, that's right. It's a vibe. It's very much a vibe. All right, guys. Well, it's been real. It's been lovely. Right? Has it been good? Did you enjoy yourselves? Yeah, you did. You did enjoy yourself.